Hey everybody, this is D Hunter, bringing another action figure review. Today, we're going to look at the Neca Predator 2 Ultimate Battle Damage City Hunter. I got my figure from Amazon.com. It wasn't directly from Neca, it was from a third-party seller. It ended up being about $40 including shipping. And at first I hesitated, but you know what? If I bought it directly from Neca's Amazon store, it would have been $30 plus like $11 shipping. So in all reality, I got it cheaper from this guy than I did from Neca. I don't actually know where people are finding this guy from. I'm assuming it's Walmart. The previous release, Guardian, was found at Walmart way before anywhere else. There have been YouTube reviews out on this guy for about 2 weeks now, but I'm definitely happy to check him off my list. So let's go ahead and check out the packaging here. As you can see at the front, we've got the City Hunter unmasked, damaged in his final fight with Harrigan. Speaking of Harrigan, there he is in the back. Really hoping that gives us a Harrigan figure. Don't know if it's a possibility, but my fingers are definitely crossed. Predator 2, Ultimate Battle Damage City Hunter. Neca has made Ultimate Battle Damage City Hunter before, but this is going to be the Ultimate Articulation. Predator 2, City Hunter. One side of the package, Predator 2. This is the 5th figure in the 30th Anniversary Collection. Other side, Predator 2, 30th Anniversary. At the bottom, there's a bunch of credits, and there is a barcode in case that helps anybody. And on the back, here's the City Hunter missing his arm in a bunch of different poses. And there is a little description. If anyone wants to read that, go ahead and pause now. This is one of Neca's Ultimate figures. It's in the window box packaging. You can hear the Velcro. On the inside flap, here he is, missing his arm with the trophy wall in the background on the Predator ship. And here he is in the package. Comes with a whole bunch of accessories, and we'll check them out shortly. So with no further ado, let's open him up. Alright, now that we got this figure out of the package, here he is with all his accessories laid out. He does come with 4 alternate hands, totaling 5 interchangeable hands, and one of the hands is cut at the middle of the wrist through his computer. He comes with 2 discs. He has 2 different heads. One has a rebreather on. He has the City Hunter mask. And then he has a spear or combi stick, both compressed and fully extended. But before we take a look at the accessories, let's take a look at the actual figure. So this is the Ultimate Battle Damage City Hunter. Starting with his head here. This head has the rebreather on. It's a little bit more interesting than the other head. The design of his forehead looks great. Very intricate. Very well done. His body is going to be mostly the same as the Ultimate City Hunter. Same armor, same articulation. He's got blood all over him. His severed arm. Harrigan cut his arm off with his own disc. And you do have the option both to have the arm on or to have it off. A couple displays there. His claws go in and out. He's got area for his disc. Double jointed elbows. Double jointed knees. Overall, looking very nice. Then, here he is, broken down as far as he can go, with all of his removable parts detached. Now let's check out his accessories, and let's start off with his hands. He has a total of 5 hands, 3 right hands and 2 left hands. Here's his Predator with his first pair of hands. These are some outstretched hands. These would look good if he's putting his mask on or off, and they could also be sort of relaxed at his side. Here's his next pair of hands. These are a pair of gripping hands. The right hand has a tighter grip than the left. And he has one more alternate right hand. This one is semi-open. Looks like maybe he could hold something large. In addition to his hands, he's got this piece of his wrist that's removable. It's got part of his computer and armor on it. Here's the front peg where his hand will go into. And then there's the back part that's severed off. Here's a City Hunter with his arm attached. Then, with it removed, in addition to that, you're still able to swap out the hands on that little wrist piece. Now let's check out his heads. One is just the unmasked City Hunter head, and the other one has the rebreather on. Here's his first head. This is the unmasked City Hunter head. And here's his other head. This one has the rebreather on. It's pretty much a respirator device. He used this when he was on the rooftop after he got shot up. He's got this pouch or satchel. This thing goes around his side. You can see it's got some bone at the top, a little pouch down there, and then this sort of string to wrap around his shoulder. Here's a City Hunter without the pouch. Then, with his man bag on his side, he also comes with a City Hunter mask. This is such a cool accessory. It's not just a swappable head. This is the mask as the Predator actually took it off. You can see it's got that sort of copper color to it. Looks great, very worn, a lot of weathering. On the back side, it does have some sort of components in there. Very nice accessory. So you take your regular City Hunter Predator with the mask on, and then he uses these open hands to start to take the mask off. Then he's taking his mask off, exposing his face, and he is one ugly motherfucker. Just like I said, look at him. Here's the McFarlane version of the City Hunter mask, next to this NECA version. The McFarlane figure, he didn't have swappable heads like the NECA one. He had a mask that would go on top of his unmasked face. A cool feature, but the mask would fall off very easily. They're definitely different, but you can tell they're the same mask. The detailing is quite a bit better on the NECA figure. The McFarlane one, it's darker and a little more bland. And of course, the inside, it has almost no detailing there. We've now gotten separate mask pieces from Predator, Predator 2, and The Predator. Now we've got these discs. One is completely shut, and one is open, like he's throwing it. Here's the shut one. It's got room for all of his fingers there. On the inside, some mechanical type parts. And here's the open one. Also has room for his fingers. Also some similar parts in the back. Here's City Hunter holding the first disc, then holding the second open disc. He can also holster his disc onto his side. Now this is something NECA's still not gotten right. It's hard to get in there, doesn't stay in there, falls out super easy. You'd think over all these years, NECA would be able to at least attach his disc properly. And this is his final accessory. This is his spear or combi stick. We have both a version that's compressed down, can go onto his back. Then you pull this thing out and flick it open. Be careful with these things. They break very easily on the tips there. Here's a City Hunter holding his compressed spear, and then holding the extended version. And speaking of accessories, one accessory he did not come with, and he damn sure should have, is a med kit. In the film, he got shot up, he got his hand cut off, he fell off the side of the building. He ended up getting into a regular person's bathroom and using the med kit, trying to heal some of his wounds. The med kit was closed, and he even opened it up and it had a bunch of different stuff inside of it. That would have been a very appropriate accessory for him, and something different, not released before. Now that we've taken a pretty good look at both the figure and his accessories, now let's check out his height. From bottom to the top of his head, he's sitting at about 8.2 inches tall, which should translate to a hair under 21 centimeters. Now let's check out his articulation. Start with his head here. Of course, it can rotate from side to side. He can look up and down about that far. Can tilt his head from one side to the other, giving him a nice amount of personality. Shoulders on a ball joint, goes out about 90 degrees. Up, down, around, all that good stuff. He's got a bicep cut below that. Double jointed elbows below that. His wrist armor here has a cut at the top. The claws go in and out. His actual wrists can rotate, and it's going to be hinged as well. He's got a ball joint in his torso. It can rotate from side to side, go forward and back a little bit. Another ball joint in his waist. It can also rotate, go forward and back a little more. His other arm here, sure, it has a traditional wrist articulation, but it can come apart and it can rotate here. His legs, they go out about this far. They're all ball joints. They can rotate independently of the ball. Then go forward about that far and back, not too much. He's got double jointed knees below that. And then his ankle here, it's on a ball joint. It can rotate, go forward and back, and it can tilt and rock as well. Now let's check him out next to some other action figures, starting off with some other City Hunter and Predator 2 figures. Here he is next to the previously released version of the Battle Damage City Hunter. This is on the non-ultimate body. There are a lot of differences between the two guys, and a lot of similarities. First difference I want to point out is the paint job is considerably different. It's much more intricate on the new ultimate version. I plan to display this new Ultimate version with the unmasked head. That way I can have the regular Masked City Hunter, the unmasked Damaged City Hunter, and then I'm going to keep this older one with the rebreather on. So let's check out some more differences. Of course, these guys have the different heads on right now. Going further down, their torso is different. This guy has the double ball joints here. This guy's one solid piece on the torso. Their arms are a little bit different. The new one has the double jointed elbows. The old one has single jointed elbows. The actual battle damage is considerably different. Notice he's got some on his gauntlet here, none here. The coloring and spotting is very different on these guys. The bottom half of the figure seems to be exactly the same. The old one has double jointed elbows, so does the new one. Just the paint job is totally different. So the feet are the same, everything's the same. One thing I also notice on the older figure, he's got this tube coming out of his rebreather and it plugs into the side of his armor here. And the newer version doesn't have that same place to plug it in. A little disappointing there. Their severed arms are done very differently. On the newer release, the peg is on the arm and goes into his forearm here. And on the older release, the peg is actually on the arm sticking out. I don't like the way the peg looks here, but I must say I also don't like the way the hole looks here. And here's this Battle Damage City Hunter next to the Ultimate City Hunter. The Ultimate City Hunter is the best version of this Predator, but I'm very happy to have the damaged version from the end of the film. Then here he is next to the older McFarlane City Hunter. Even though the McFarlane figure is less articulated, it's still a pretty nice rendition of the City Hunter. And of course, the old McFarlane one also has a removable arm. Here's the older version of the NECA Cloaked City Hunter. This is also on the non-Ultimate body. And here, next to the City Demon version of the City Hunter, this is the cloaked one, and his cloak is sort of being interrupted, coming off. Here are all the different versions of the City Hunter I have, and I don't even have them all. I am pretty content with my collection though. And if I had to pick just one, it would be the Ultimate City Hunter. Here are all the Ultimate Lost Tribe Predators that they've made so far. We've got the Lost Predator, Scout Predator, Battle Damage City Hunter, Stalker Predator, and the Guardian Predator. We're about halfway done completing this collection. Can't wait for it to be done. Swap out the Battle Damage City Hunter for the Ultimate City Hunter, and these are sort of the standard versions of each of these Predators. Except maybe the Lost one, who is the armored version which wasn't in the film. Here he is with the entire collection of the Lost Tribe. These are the older, non-Ultimate versions. And here he is next to some other miscellaneous Predator 2 figures. From left to right, we have the video game colored City Hunter, then the Ultimate Battle Damage City Hunter, then the Ultimate Golden Angel. That is a younger version of Greyback. He's a Lost Tribe clan leader. And then we have the non-Ultimate Armored Lost Predator. Now let's check him out next to some other recently released Predator figures before they started the Predator 2 30th Anniversary Collection. Here he is next to the Unarmored Deluxe Predator Assassin from The Predator. Then next to the Ultimate Alpha Predator. And here he is next to a couple of the Dark Horse Comics Sinestro Corps Yellow Lantern Predators. Then next to the Ultimate Kenner Laser Shot Predator. Now let's check him out next to some Predator figures from each of the different Predator films. Here he is next to the Ultimate Jungle Hunter from Predator. Then next to the Ultimate City Hunter from Predator 2. And here he is next to Scar, Chopper, Celtic, and the Elder Predator from Alien vs. Predator. Then next to Wolf from Aliens vs. Predator Requiem. This is an older NECA figure. NECA has promised to revisit Wolf in the Ultimate format, but they are taking forever on that. And here he is next to Berserker, Falconer, and Tracker from Predators. Then next to the Fugitive and the Assassin from The Predator. Here he is with a couple of Ultimate Xenomorphs from Aliens. Then next to a couple of Engineers from Prometheus. Here he is next to some human characters from NECA's various Alien and Predator lines. Here's a City Hunter taking on Dutch and his extraction team from Predator. We've got Mac, Blaine, Dylan, Hawkins, Anna, Dutch, Billy, and Poncho. Overall, this is a very nice Predator figure. His accessories are great, but I'm very disappointed he didn't come with the med kit. Would have been a great accessory for this guy. His articulation is everything you expect from a NECA Ultimate Predator figure. His sculpt and paint job are just top notch. I don't see any issues, any paint flaws at all. If I were to rate this guy, I'd give him a 7 out of 10. I do prefer the Ultimate City Hunter to this guy, as I can use it for a bunch of different scenarios. It's not battle damaged. This one is from a very specific scene at the end of the film. This would be great if you're reenacting the very end of the film where the entire clan climbs up and takes him away. So this is D Hunter. Thank you guys for watching this video. If you liked the video, press like below. If you have anything you want to say about the video, add to the comment section. If you want to see additional action figure reviews from me, press subscribe. I do appreciate when you do that. Once again, this is D Hunter. Thank you guys for watching this video, and I will talk to you guys real soon.